What up, what up, what up? This is your boy Agree to Disagree, and today we're going to be checking out a video of Cam Newton interviewing Kendra G. Now, if you've seen any of Cam Newton's interviews, you already know this is about to be a hot mess. So let's check it out.
Like, to me, the situationship is dangerous. I think for women who want relationships, it is very fair to say, I only have sex if we're in a relationship. Some people say marriage, and that's one component, but I think it's fairer to say, no, so it's just me and you. Because also what I learned, going back to the guy that taught me this masterclass, because we weren't in a relationship, I learned something, right? Because, you know, he's not my man, technically.
So you was a side piece?
I wasn't a side piece because there was no main piece. Like, he wasn't...
So he had multiple?
Yes, he was... This is what I learned about being single. He was single. So single to men doesn't mean lonely, doesn't mean that they're not sexually active. It just means that no woman can claim me exclusively. But I'm single, I'm moving around. So he was able to do what he wanted to do. Mari, you don't agree with that? I want to pause before I go to the rest of the sentence.
Yeah, I would say that's a pretty good analysis. And especially for you women out there, y'all have to understand that sex does not equal exclusivity. Matter of fact, if he's out here doing all of these relationship type things, but he's not giving you that relationship title, you kind of got to take a pause on that and think about that. Because if he's not giving you the relationship title, it's going to be because of one or two things. Either he really doesn't like you like that or don't think of you as a relationship type girl, or he just wants to be single and mingle and mess with other women. So, I mean, that's pretty much what that means.
No, go ahead. I want to know what your brain was computing because I saw your eyes go up.
All right.
No, but I want to package this. So.
Dang, I was going to tell you what I was going to say.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Typically, if you're not the main thing, then you're the side piece.
So
I'm speaking from my experiences, and I'm speaking from the experiences that I've witnessed. So if I ask a question, is like, right. were you the side piece? Hell no, I wasn't the side piece. But nobody was the main piece. But any man always has the one that he invites for Thanksgiving. He has the one that he's going to go with that's preferred on trips. Hey, if we are going to a ball and I have a +1, I'm going to bring somebody. Hey, if it's Valentine's Day, hey, if you weren't in that, then it's given.
I can see what you're saying. The reason why I still retract, because, okay, I did spend Valentine's Day. I don't consider myself main piece. I spent time with his mother, still talk to his mother to this day. So I know what you're saying, and I'm not being offended if I felt that it was that. It was, to me, this is why it was so complicated, to be quite honest, because there were a lot of things that we would do that would fall into a relationship category, but it's still not a relationship. And to me, it taught me this. If it's important for me, it taught me that I need to have a clear title so I can check you. Because I can't check you if we don't agree. I can't bring something to you like, yo, so you was talking to so-and-so, or I heard you with so-and-so. That's why I don't like situationships, because it's literally fair game.
So I got two things.
That's another fair point. Ladies, you cannot avoid the conversation. If exclusivity and commitment is what you want, then say that. You can't just start messing with a guy and assume that that is what is going to be given. You have to have that conversation with the dude that you're talking to and hold his feet to the fire. Because otherwise, he's going to be like a stray dog out here. He's going to be out roaming around, sniffing for the next best thing. So if that's what you want, stick to your boundary, lay down the line, and either you get him to commit to that or you walk away.
Things off of that.
Yes.
Number one, what's more important, the title or the feeling?
More important is the commitment.
No, that wasn't an option.
The title or the feeling?
Yes.
The title, absolutely.
Okay.
But the title will come with the feeling. Why would I have a title if there's no feeling?
No. See, you're trying to compartmentalize.
So you're saying,
like, what's more important? It's the title or the feeling? I can give you an example.
Give me an example.
Okay. So there's a lot of people that may have the title of main, as fiance, as married, as girlfriend.
Right.
But then there's somebody else that has a feeling that's like a situationship that's like, yo, like, hey, whatever. Or you can flip it and say, hey, I have a person that I've known for a long time. We don't even know what to call this, but I feel so strong about our connection that I just don't know or am mature enough or able to verbalize my feelings. But at the same time, we don't have no title.
If that works for them.
I'm sorry, but that just sounds like bullshit to me. If your feelings are so strong for this person, then why not give her the title? I'd rather you just say, I don't want expectations or commitment. I'd rather you just say that. See, people run from titles because they don't want to be tied down. But the good thing about having that title is that title comes with a certain level of commitment. With the title comes duty. Now, it might sound good not to have a duty to your partner and not be tied down, but that goes both ways. If you don't have a duty to her, then she also doesn't have a duty to you. So it really depends on what you're looking for.
They should rock out. That wouldn't work for me because you got to remember, I'm talking about experience, right? So there was no title, there were feelings, there was no hiding. You know, I was doing a lot of things, and that's why you get confused because wait a minute, I'm not your girl, but I'm doing a lot of girl things, and I have these feelings. So let's retract and not be intimate.
But I would challenge that, and this is like the 1A, this is not the second part, but I would challenge that because any person who has a feeling, it's always respect behind that feeling. It's like, if I really want to see this person, like, I'm going to make it a way for me to see this person. You see what I'm saying? So dare I want to see that person and not give them the respect to say, hey, I don't like this about you. Hey, I don't like that. And yes, you may not have the title, but I do consider it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, can I jump in with that? I think that only works in the person who doesn't want the relationship. And normally that's the man. And this is the reason why.
And this is off the 16,000 that you've observed.
Yes, because out of the 16,000, there's a lot of women that call in, right? It's going to be majority women because women really want, you know, the Cinderella story. They want the Prince Charming. They want to be married. They want the fluff, right? So what happens when you get sexually intimate and you don't have the title and there's no clear understanding, the woman's feelings come to a man who she's not in a relationship with. And now she's trying to figure out, and sometimes, believe it or not, and you can tell me this from a man, sometimes after sex, men are not as into it.
So the reason I don't rock with the whole feelings over the title is because feelings are fleeting. You can like someone today and then hate them tomorrow, but a title lasts longer. So it's even when you're in a situation where it's like, man, I really don't like this person, but because of your title, you still have a certain duty to this person. You still have a certain level of commitment to this person. So even if the feeling is gone, you're not going to go and mess with some other girl because you have a commitment to this one person due to your title. That's what makes a relationship last, is showing up for your partner even when you don't want to. Even when that feeling is gone, you still show up. That's the type of thing that saves relationships. Plus, it's very easy to walk away from a situationship, but it's much more harder to walk away from a relationship.
Take yourself serious. So thank you, for kind of saying that.
You know, a lot of women don't feel appreciated, though, by you, Cam. One of the viral things you said that got a lot of women upset is the fact that you said women lose their value when they have children.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, I want you to further elaborate, because maybe, like Kanye, you didn't have enough time to explain what you meant. So what does that mean that a woman loses her value if she has a baby?
See, one thing about this, Kendra, I've learned and constantly learn that the weight of my voice has power, more power than I expected. And when I do have intimate conversations with women that are in my life, whether it is the mother of my children, whether it is, the person that I'm with, mother, my father, aunties, my daughters, I just have to do a better job with expressing certain things. And as I have labeled myself, the culture's cousin.
Yes.
I would say I be tripping sometimes.
I am so happy you said that.
Yeah.
I think if I was one of your children's moms, I would have been very offended. If I was one of your kids to your children's moms, I would have been very offended. And I want to say this, when I came in here, I met you before in the past, you have great energy. Like, I don't think you have ill will intentions. So I love that you could sit back and say, maybe that wasn't correct.
And I get the opportunity to...
I ain't gonna lie. I hate that he folded in that moment, because all he had to do is elaborate on what he was talking about. Because if we're going to keep it a buck, women do lose value when they have a baby, but they only lose value on the dating market. That's all he had to say. Even when Kevin Samuels was talking about a high value man, he's not talking about that man's value to society. He's talking about on the dating market. He would say S&V, sexual market value. And it's true. If a woman has a baby, she's going to have less options on the dating market than a woman who doesn't have any kids. And again, this doesn't mean that this woman has less value as a human being, as a member to society. It just means that she has less dating options on the market. Hell, that woman can be a better partner than a woman with no kids. That woman can be a better wife than a woman with no kids. All right, when we talk about dating market value, it's really hard to gauge these things because we're just looking at what someone brings on paper. That's pretty much it, because you can't really say a lot about someone's character and what they really bring to the table until you get to know them. So Cam, don't fold, man. Stick to your guns, man. When you say it, stand on that shit, man. Stand on that shit, because what you said made sense. You just needed to elaborate further. That's all you had to do, my boy. That's all you had to do. All right, I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. Please let me know what you thought of the video. What points did you agree with? What points did you disagree with? Please leave your comments below and let me know what you thought. And if you want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button. And if you got anything out of this video, hit that like button. Disagree or disagree? I'm out.